Now, when you hear the words after you answer your phone, "This is Jane Clark calling from the Hall of Fame," your life immediately changes, and Jane, those words will resonate with me for the rest of my life. I want to thank several organizations here. The Minnesota Twins, a lot of Minnesota fans here. I pitched there for 13 seasons. I was there almost the entire decade of the 60s. And baseball was new there, and I want to tell you fans of the greater upper Midwest, it was such a pleasure as a young player to start my career up there. And I thank you very much for that. And I was honored to be a part of some terrific teams in the 60s. I am humbled and honored to be included in this fraternity of some of the greatest players to play the game. And I thank you for being part of this wonderful day.
Today it is my privilege and honor to be able to speak on behalf of today's inductees, a gentleman that was born and raised in this area of the state of New York. This African American is from the Empire State. His name is John W. Jackson, AKA Bud Fowler. Now, in making his pro debut, he became the first black player to integrate a white professional team nearly 70 years before the great Jackie Robinson. There was something magical about this game, though, that caught his eye and in his imagination, that he'd spend the rest of his life playing, managing, and imagining what this game of baseball could be.
As a youngster growing up in Cuba, Minnie learned an important lifelong lesson from his parents. Regardless of the situation, respond to negativity as a gentleman. Today's honor bestowed upon Minnie is most appropriate, not only as a Hall of Fame player, but Minnie was always a gentleman and Hall of Fame person off the field and in the community. From a humble ranch in Cuba to the National Baseball Hall of Fame, what a way to honor such a remarkable life lived and to service to the sport he loved. Minnie was proud to be Cuban, to be an American and a professional baseball player. He also would have been so very proud to be a Hall of Famer.
I hear today, I can't believe I hear. I look to the left, I look to the right, I'm bringing me some memory. This place right here look like my home in Cuba. I've been so blessed and so lucky. The veteran, the Golden Era Committee, put me in the Hall of Fame. And all those guys right there behind me, the Hall of Fame, who keep me in the ballot for 45 wonderful years. Right here, the phone call for that beautiful lady right there, James. I can't believe it. I answered the phone. My wife kissed me in the head. I was so happy. You never know how happy I was. I think that I was my last boss. If I don't go to Hall of Fame, that time is all over for Tony.
It is such a privilege to stand here today as the Hall of Fame honors my father. He was a very humble man, but he would be so proud to be here with the best of the best in baseball. 50 years ago, not only did the Mets and the Dodgers lose one of their heroes, we lost a husband and a father. Our greatest gift, although my father's life was cut so short, was his influence on those around him. His teammate, Jackie Robinson, once said, a life is not important except for the impact it leaves on others. My father sincerely believed that and led a life that has impacted others in a positive way.
Our Uncle John was a man for all seasons, whose core was brotherly love. And perhaps there was no better public display of that love than when he would sing this song to adult and children audiences alike. And I quote, "The greatest thing in all my life is loving you. Thank you for loving our uncle.
Cooperstown! This is such an incredible day, an incredible honor, and I'm so humbled to be on this stage right now. The last 6 months, I received a special phone call to be elected to the Hall of Fame. I've been thinking about how I got here to this stage, Cooperstown, today. I've been thinking about my life, my career, and most of all, the people that believe in me. It's been almost 20 years since my first day in Boston. We have some incredible memories. When I think about Boston, I definitely think about 2004, 2007, and of course, 2013. After the city was shaken by a marathon bombing, I had never seen a community bounce back and reunite like Boston. I always try to live my life in a way that supports others, that make a positive influence in the world. And if my story can remind you of anything, let it remind you that when you believe in someone, you can change their world. You can change their future, just like so many people who believe in me. To everyone that believe in me, from my family to coaches to teammates to fans, no, I could not have done this without you.